Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's card making tutorial, I'm going to be sharing a shaped card using the Floral Delight stamp and die set from Gina Designs. Now, if you're based in the UK, then you can buy Gina Designs products from a company called Morva Crafts. She's a little shop based in Cornwall. Melissa is the lovely lady that owns it, and she very generously has given me a discount code for my viewers today. So stay tuned and I'll be sharing that a little later on in the video. So there's a number of ways that you can create a shaped card, but this is what I'm going to be using today. This is the coordinating die for that large floral stamp. And I've got an A2 card blank, which I've just opened out. And what I want to do is make sure that the die lines up nicely so that the bottom edge isn't going to be too wonky. We're going to have some straight edge for the card to stand up, but also there's going to be enough of an edge for the score line to still fold. And so I only want to partially die cut this die. I don't want it cutting through the back of my card. And you can see that on my cutting plate, I've got a tapered edge. This is the Sizzix Big Shot and this is the Sizzix cutting plate. And so where the edge of the plate tapers off, the die will no longer cut there. So I'm carefully lining that up with the score line on my card front. And then I'm going to be able to just die cut that front part of my card panel, and where the die is overhanging the back, it's not going to cut through there. So I'm just going to remove the die now, and you can see that we've got that shaped front. I'm just going to cut that excess off with my scissors there, and then we've got our lovely shaped front card. You can see I slightly misaligned it there on the back, but it's not a problem at all. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could redo that, but it doesn't affect the card design in any way, and I don't think a recipient would notice that when the card's finished. So this is just a really fun way of getting some more use out of the coordinating dies that come with your stamp sets, especially when it's a gorgeous large floral design like this, and you can create some really beautiful shaped cards. So I'm going to stamp the image now on some white cardstock. I'm using my stamping platform, and I'm using an anti-static powder bag because I'm going to stamp it with embossing ink. This is the Wow Embossing Ink Pad, and I really want to make sure that I've got a good impression. So using a stamping platform here allows me to repeat stamp the embossing ink. It is quite a large detailed stamp, and it's also my first time using it. So I wanted to make sure that I got a really good impression with the embossing ink. You can't really see it there on camera. I was trying to have a look myself to see if I got the whole design, but again, I'm just going to stamp it again, and then I can add the embossing powder. I'm going to be using some Wow super fine rich metallic gold embossing powder today, and so I'm just making sure that I've got a really good coverage of that image. I can then pop the excess back into the pot, and so sometimes it looks like you're using a lot of embossing powder, but you're really not. These little embossing pots last a very long time. So I'm using the Wow Embossing Heat Tool here. I've got it on the hottest setting, number 2, and I'm heat setting it from underneath because this just means that any powder won't get blown off. It also means that you get a much smoother heat embossed image. So that's a great tip if you're struggling with your heat embossing. Try heat setting from underneath. Now I'm just going to line up the coordinating die, tack it in place with some low tack tape, and then die cut that image out. Again, I'm just going to use my Sizzix Big Shot machine here. So this is just the standard plate setup, and I'm going to run that through, and that will die cut beautifully. So now we've got the design that's going to perfectly line up with the front of our card. There is going to be a little bit of overhang, which I'm going to trim off later, but I wanted to make sure that I got the full design. And I'm going to colour my image today using some alcohol markers. These are the Ohuhu Honolulu alcohol markers. I've got the set of 48. Now, I was going to take the colouring out, but I've left it in the video just so that you can see how easy it is to colour with these markers. I'm just keeping my colouring really simple today, so I haven't blended on any of the leaves or the smaller flowers, but on the larger flowers or the peonies, I'm just using 2 shades of this really gorgeous bright pink, and again 2 shades on the smaller flower as well. Really quick and easy to colour this in. And then what I'm going to do is just show you again how this is going to line up on the card front, and I really decided that I wanted to step this up a little bit, so I'm going to add some ink blending to the back of the card panel. I was just finding an ink pad from the Gina Designs collection that would work well with the colours that I've chosen for the flowers, and I decided to go with medium orchid. I'm just going to bring in one of my larger Waffle flower background blending brushes. I really love these so much for getting a smooth ink blend. And I'm just going to add some ink blending around the edge of the card. I'm going to leave some white space behind that flap so that you've got space to write your message. But I am just going to make sure that I've got a really nice ink blend around the edge of the card panel so that you've just got a bit of contrast with the colour there. As you can see with the background blender brushes, you get such a smooth ink blend. It's a great way of adding colour, and I've been using them quite a lot in my recent videos. I've just found them to be really helpful with ink blending. Now, to add some more contrast and step this up a little bit, I'm going to use a black alcohol marker just to colour all around the white die cut edge. This really makes the flowers pop. It also gives some really bold contrast on the finished card. And I really love how this turns out. So I'm going to add some liquid glue now to that flap, and then I can stick my coloured layer over the top. The reason why I didn't stamp directly onto the flap was because I knew I was going to colour with alcohol markers, and they do bleed through. And obviously I didn't want that showing on the inside of my card. So this was just a great way of still being able to use the alcohol markers and some heat embossing without anything showing through into the back of the card. So once I've lined that up carefully, made sure it's all stuck in place, I can then trim off that excess. I'm just using my Tim Holtz trimmer here, and I'm just going to make sure that it's just the edge that we're trimming off here. We don't want to cut into the card itself. And so once that's all trimmed down, that finished card flap is ready for a sentiment. So to add a sentiment, I'm going to do some heat embossing again with the same superfine rich wow gold embossing powder. I'm using a sentiment from the stamp set which just says send in love. I did use an anti-static powder bag first of all because I wanted to make sure that the ink blending was dry and that I'd not left any grease marks on my cardstock. Again, I'm heat setting from underneath, and I just was looking at the card and I was thinking, oh, it just needs a few more details just to step it up a little bit. So I decided to use this stencil from Gina Designs. This is the Butterfly Garden stencil, and I'm just going to use the excess ink that's on my blending brush just to subtly add some of that texture through. It didn't quite have enough ink on it, so I did need to re-ink it using the medium Orchid again. And then again, I'm just using the Waffle Flower background blender brushes here. Once I've added that stencil detail, it just gave a really subtle look to that background, and I thought the card looked so pretty. So if you're based in the UK and you want to shop Gina K Designs, then you can use my coupon code at Mora Crafts. The code is Meerkat10, which I'll share on the screen now along with the website address. I'll also leave a link in the description box below as well. So all the products that I've used today will be listed in the description box below, so don't forget to check it out if there's anything there that you're particularly interested in. As always, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial. Leave me a comment, let me know whether you've tried this before with your coordinating dies. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch today. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed to my channel and you'd like to see more from me, then please hit that subscribe button, and I will look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Take care.